You know, when I think of salt, I think of Jesus' words in Matthew 5:13. You are the salt of the earth.
Yeah, I love it. I see these things, I think of my childhood and pouring salt on other people's food or unscrewing the tops of the salt shakers in the restaurant and leaving it on so the next person would dump an entire thing of salt on their food.
I was the guy that picked it up, right? I'm thinking of Jesus, you're the salt of the earth, and you're thinking about pranks.
Yeah. Well, I also got pranked once as well. I got a little taste of my own medicine. I had an Nalgene, and I was at this camp, and there's some students, we were kind of playing pranks back and forth, and I left out the Nalgene, and they took almost an entire salt shaker and poured it in my Nalgene and shook it up as best as they could. And I came back and, I'm like, oh, this is really bad water. The more I drank, I was like, oh, I'm thirsty. I drank the entire Nalgene. And then the students come up and they're like, hey, how was your water? And I was like, it didn't taste so good. And they're like, we dumped an entire salt shaker of salt in your Nalgene. I was like, no wonder why I'm still thirsty.
I think that's awesome, though, because not only did you get pranked and get paid back for all this stuff you did when you were a kid. That's right. But it created thirst in you. And the more you drank that salty water, the thirstier you got, which actually ties in to what this curriculum is all about. It's about creating thirst. Again, Jesus said in Matthew 5:13, you are the salt of the earth. Talking to believers, we are here to create thirst with our lives, but also with what we say. And that's what these little video vignettes are all about, to create thirst, create dialogue.
Yeah, and the videos I find are like, it's a great conversation opener. So many times I talk to students, they're like, I want to share with my friend, but how do I start?
Yeah.
Show a video.
Well, I think one of the biggest roadblocks for students to share their faith is, how do I bring it up?
Yeah.
You show somebody a video and then say, hey, what do you think about that? And all of a sudden, you're creating thirst, and then you're giving them the living water. See, Zane, that's why I'm excited about this SALT curriculum, because literally it's divided up into two parts. There's the SALT lessons.
Yeah, so students are stuck with us.
Poor guys. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into these SALT lessons, but we're gonna talk about these SALT clips. And the SALT clips are these gospel conversation starter videos that are available for students.
Yeah, on YouTube. So online, anybody can watch it, anybody can show it. You can post it on your Facebook or tweet it or whatever you want to do to begin to open up these conversations about these real life questions.
But the question is, what do you do once you're in the conversation? That's where these SALT lessons will help.
Yeah, you and I talking.
You bet. And we're going to kind of unpack every clip. And so there's 4 parts. Spells out SALT, S-A-L-T. In case you can't spell salt, all right? So search the Bible for answers. So we're gonna take the question that the SALT clip asks, and we're gonna search the Bible for answers. We're gonna see what the Bible has to say.
I love it. Start with the word, and then we want to apply the truth personally. We want to apply it in our own lives, not just telling other people what to do, but man, are we living it ourselves?
That's right, we want to live it and give it. And then we get to the L, which means listen to others deeply. So after you show the video clip, a little SALT clip, then you ask them questions and you listen to their answers. And when they're giving their answers, you don't go, oh man, you're way off, right? You listen to them deeply, and then that brings us to the T.
Yeah, I love that point too, because you really kind of earn that place in their life.
Yeah.
So then the T, talk about the gospel, right? We want to talk about Jesus. We don't want to just have these big life questions with no answers. We believe that Jesus is the answer, which is why we're going to talk about the gospel.
Amen. So we're excited. Welcome to the SALT curriculum. You're going to learn how to engage, not enrage, but engage your friends with these questions and get into these gospel conversations. We can't wait.